going on, guys? I'm Mighty back at again with the weekly Rust Skins videos. Sorry this video is late. I've been in a different state. I'm finally back home. So let's have a quick look at this week's store. It is actually pretty insane, some of the crap we've gotten. The tempered chest plate coming out is something I never would have thought would have come out. I'm not going to show the skins this week. I'm just going to go from the Rust store, but let's have a look at the Berserker AR. An AK skin going for $4.15, and overall this is a very edgy looking AK skin that looks like it's very well made, and I'm sure it looks really fat in game, although it is $4.15, and I do think that is way too expensive for an AK skin to start off on the Rust store. So for that reason, I'm straight up going to say I'm not going to recommend investing in this one off the Rust store for this week, just because the initial price is too high. There's so many AK skins. Most people already have the AK skin in mind that they want to get if they don't have an AK skin yet. And so the AKs just have a crazy amount of competition. I don't think the Berserker AR will make you money if you invest in it off the Rust store. If you want to try and invest in it, then I'd recommend placing a buy order and trying to get it for a little bit cheaper on the community market. But overall, I'm not going to recommend investing in the Berserker AR off of the Rust store, even though it looks like it is quite a well-made skin. Right, moving over to the Dragon Rage helmet, kilt, and the vest, all road sign and coffee can, and they are all above sinister price at $3.45. So it's definitely not ideal, but I do think it's going to be a very popular set of skins. And overall, if you are to invest in any of them, I'd recommend getting the kilt over the road sign helmet and the road sign chest plate, and the road sign chest plate over the coffee can helmet. So in order, I'd recommend getting the kilt, then the vest, and then the helmet. So I do think that is because the helmet and the chest plate are a lot easier to replace, and of course you do need the kilt all the way through to tier 3, and there's nothing higher than that tier, so for the leg armor at least. So overall, I do think that you can probably get the Dragon Rage chest and helmet for a little bit cheaper with buy orders on the community market if you want to be patient and try and do that. And I would probably pick up the Dragon Rage kilt off of the Rust store. So as an investment though, I do think you could probably pick up all three of these and be pretty chill when it comes to their prices. I do think they're going to get oversaturated, and of course I do think the helmet and the vest are going to have a lower demand than the kilt. For short term, I don't think the helmet is going to make you that much profit. I don't think the vest is going to make you that much profit. I do think you could benefit from placing buy orders on the community market for those two items and getting them for a little bit cheaper if you want to hold them as a long-term investment. If you buy them as a play skin though, I do think that you could be selling them for a profit, and so overall I'll recommend investing in all three Dragon Rage items off the Rust store for this week. Alright, moving over to the Glister Road Sign Gloves, continuation of the Glister set. And this actually hasn't been the most popular set, even though we have quite a lot of Glister stuff coming out. But overall, the Glister hoodie and pants are at, the hoodie is $2, the pants at $1.58. And then you've got the Road Sign, the kilt is $1.10, helmet is $1.38, and the Glister vest is $1.49. So overall, the Glister set hasn't been very successful. Road Sign gloves are very easy to replace or not have to use. You've got the tack gloves, and then you've also got the leather gloves, which I know not many people use, but I'm saying there is another option. And so I don't think the Glister Road Sign gloves are going to be a very good investment. They are only $1.35 though, so they are quite cheap, and currently they're not even on the top sellers page. So definitely not sitting in a bad position for quantity, I don't think. But overall, they're not going to have a very high demand. So I think you could probably make profit off of them as a medium to long-term investment. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be much profit, as I don't think they'll have a very high demand. And so I will recommend investing in them as a medium to long-term profit. But just keep in mind, I don't think you're going to be making any money off of these as a short-term investment. And I do also think you could probably get these for a little bit cheaper with a buy order on the community market. Right, moving over to the Smouldering Box, going for $2.75, and this is probably something that's going to end up being a set and continue in the future, but it is just a small wooden box skin, pretty simple design overall, and it is also a glowing deployable. So glowing deployables are usually $3.45. On the Rust store, this one's $2.75, so that's a good starting price. And if this is the first skin of a set, then I do see the Smouldering Box going up in value. So overall, it is a glowing deployable nonetheless. I will recommend investing in it. I do think that pretty much all glowing deployables are a safe investment, especially if they're sitting around this price or $3.45. So overall, I will recommend investing in the Smouldering Box off the Rust store. And if this set does continue, then the Smouldering Box will go up in price. All right, moving on to the big dog skin of the week. We've got the Tempered Chest Plate going for $4.15. And as I said at the start of the video, was not expecting this to ever come out. We have the tempered metal helmet, and it was a long time ago when the tempered metal face mask was actually accepted in the game. So it's crazy to see the metal chest plate actually come out after all this time, even though, of course, we have had all of the other tempered stuff out already. It's just still crazy to see the metal chest plate actually made for it. So overall, it's $4.15. It's starting off at a high price, and it is pretty much I'm pretty sure it is literally the last item of the tempered when it comes to clothing and armor. Because we've already had our jacket, we've had our hoodie and pants, we've had our road sign and coffee can, and we've already got the kilt as well. And of course, we obviously have the metal face mask. So for the people that own the metal face mask, it's gone from $300 to $500. So, it would be a decent time to sell it right now. You're making $200 profit. And overall, I do think, even though the tempered chest plate is $4.15, of course, it is at quite a high price, and it's definitely going to get oversaturated. I do think there's always going to be demand, even though you can't complete the set if you don't have an extra $500 to buy the face mask. I do still think the tempered chest plate will go up in value just because the other tempered gear is already such an expensive price. So the kilt, just looking at that right now, is $11.61, and it's also called tempered road sign pants. So it's even harder to find on the community market for people that don't know how to use the search bar properly. So overall, the tempered chest plate, I do think will make you profits, even if it's at $4.15. And so I will recommend investing in that off the Rust store. You can try and place a buy order on the community market, but honestly, I think either way, it's going to be a good long-term investment. So I will recommend investing in the chest plate off of the Rust store as a long-term investment. Moving over to the final skin of the week with the Zebra LR going for $2.75. And overall, I think it is actually a pretty cool looking skin. It's pretty simple in my opinion, to be honest. It probably wasn't that hard to make, but I do think it's quite nice, and I do think it's something that definitely could continue in the future, especially with other weapons. Unfortunately, though, the LR isn't a very high demand item when it comes to skins, and that is because it's harder for people to get the LR in-game, and so I do think that does make it a riskier investment. We already have so many LR skins in the game. Already, we have 53, and 2 pages out of the 6 are below $2.75. So, overall, I do think as long as the Zebra LR does continue, then you can make money off of the Zebra LR. So, overall, as a long-term investment, I will recommend investing in the Zebra LR. As a short-term investment, though, you could probably get it for a little bit cheaper on the community market, but I do think that this one can go up in price and most likely will, especially as a medium to long-term investment. So, overall, I will recommend investing in the Zebra LR off the Rust store for this week. And now we'll move over to the card. Alrighty guys, this is my cart for this week. So I'm getting one of everything except for the AK. Not my style, to be completely honest, and $4.15 is quite expensive. But it is a nice, well-made skin, don't get me wrong. So I'm getting one of everything, and I'm getting 2 of the chest plates and 2 of the kilts. That's it. Not really investing this week. I've spent enough money. It's going to cost me $28.95. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a skits one.